People all over the world look at the American millennial population to be the ones to change. It's a heck of a thing to think of. The world is looking at you and asking, what are you going to do that we can all live here and coexist together? They're looking at your generation, this millennial.
Amazing Things presents Black History Month.
Black history has been, I think, a traditional, the soul food dinner, a traditional activity on this campus. This was the 7th annual. You know, we've only been on this campus 2 years. And it's always a community and campus event, town and gown. And why that is important is just as important as the Hispanic month, the Native American month. It is important because there have been so many omissions in history.
Black History Month first started off as a week, and then we got a whole month. Oh man, that Black History Month for me is every day. Every day that I live as a black male in America. Everyone in my community, such as the black community on campus, we hold this month to a higher degree compared to the other months, because this is our month. We can shut it down, do whatever we want. We can celebrate it however we want to celebrate it.
So Black History Month, when it's sister time, we have like an icebreaker game. So we kind of introduce like Black history events, or we introduce Black history women that a lot of people don't really know about. Or so we talk about Mae Jemison. She was the first Black astronaut to land on space. Black women to land on space. We just kind of do stuff like that. It's very important to us. Some of the events that we partner up with DEI and go to some of their events. They host stuff all throughout February. They just had a soul food dinner, and so as sister, we all went out, the ones that could, and we went and supported their events. It's important to us because it's our culture, it's where we come from, and a lot of people like to share that with others and just get everybody to understand like who we are and where we come from.
But yeah, Black History Month to me means to, just be you, but let it exuberate out of you even more for the entire month. But don't stop in February, go on to March, April, June, July. Just every day is Black History Month. Every day is Black History Month because America was built on the backbones of black people.
You cannot afford the luxury of ignorance. You've got to be internationally competitive and to continue the leadership for democracy across the world. It's a fragile situation and almost frightening to think of your millennial. Your generation is now looked at as if anybody is going to take leadership for sustaining democracy for the entire world. It's in the hands of your generation. Everybody in the world is looking at you and asking, what are you going to do? What's next? And they see you in this crossroads between the old traditional legacy of monoculturalism, cultural, racial ignorance, gender. They're seeing you all carrying the weight of some of that from generations of your elders on your back, but you're asking questions. You're challenging and saying, why? And then while you are sorting this out, everybody in the world is waiting for a response from you. So it's not what I can do or what anybody else can do, except to stand back and to try to help to give you the type of guidance needed, because you got a lot in your hands. We asked for you, culturally speaking. We asked for your generation, and you came. We called and you answered. And the only thing that we can do is to move out of the way, but to make sure that we provide you with the global competence that you need in order to take leadership. The world needs democratic leadership, and it's in you all's hands. I almost cry when I think about it, and I have so much faith and confidence and hope in your generation that you won't carry the burdens, the social stigmas, and the isms of our earlier generations. And I'm proud of you all for inquiring and asking questions and challenging those things of the past. Even when you are in transition yourselves, I have full hope and confidence that you all will take leadership.
giving advice and just being there for people. A lot of the girls say they look up to me like a big sister, and they come to my house all the time. I take them wherever they need to go. So I don't know, just really like another sense of like a family here on campus, away from home, and just being a leader really for these girls.
With me being the president, sometimes I ask for my secretary, can you handle this, or is it cool if I do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to be just like the person that's on top. No, I want to share the power, because I don't like doing nothing by myself, and I know I can't handle everything.
What is required of you, educationally speaking, is beyond what my generation has the capacity to provide for you. But what we can do is to give you the education of those things that are ethical, those things that are about truths. We can at least put that there for you and to support you through this period, and then step back and not block with our old legacies and images and hang-ups. We need to move out of the way. We need to make the necessary provisions for you to be able to grow based on our own limitations.
She has impacted me ever since I met her, and I was one of the first students she met on campus. She pulled me aside at a football game. Now, this is me coming here as a transfer student. You know, I gave her my whole situation as, you know, I had a rough time transitioning from the college I just came from, that environment, coming to this campus, being a relatively small campus, as well as being a PWI, and even with the even smaller black population on campus. She helped me get in contact with the proper resources to help me stay at this institution. To be honest, she reached out to me in ways that I didn't even know she can reach out to students, and she's one of the bigger reasons why I'm still on campus.
She's helped me through some school stuff that I went through, got me back on track, and she's always checking on me, making sure that I'm here and that I'm, you know, if I need anything, come talk to her, let her know. She's helped sponsor some of our events that we needed, so she's awesome. Like, we love her. We call her Grandma Simmons, and she's always there for us.
Charlottesville is a perfect example, and what we saw happen in the church in South Carolina, of young people in your generation who are torn and in transition behind all of those curses of generations of mythology carried on their backs. And it's the burden on you all to try to carry the weight of the elders as you cross this challenging channel that you're going through, you know. But so much is on you all to make those decisions. And I do feel there's a larger population in this millennium, because you're the most integrated, the most diverse, the most well-educated, the most media guru type population of any ever in the world. And I think you all are standing back and questioning. There's a lot of racism going on. But nationally speaking, we see that students who come their freshman year from smaller monocultural communities where they have not experienced integration, they come with those traditions where they've had assemblies every Friday using these symbols. And if we can get them well educated and exposed past that first year, nationally the studies are showing that those images of discrimination are reduced. Now, it's a different thing when students go home, Thanksgiving, Christmas break, if they have not socialized on our campuses. And this is why we keep having these educational events, these discussions and these activities, because we know you're in competition with tradition. It can happen here. And the leadership that needs to emerge worldwide for democratic leadership, it can happen right here. It can happen here. And I know I'm hopeful. I've got rose-colored lenses, but I do believe that until we continue to speak the language of hope and then trust in the confidence of our younger generations, those millennials, and put the necessary foundation there, I think that you're more capable than anybody ever to make things change.
But yeah, Dr. Simmons is very important to this campus. She put some things in action that were beneficial and necessary for this campus, especially for people that look like me and that also feel like me. So I'm really appreciative of Dr. Simmons, and I know I can literally call her whenever and she'll make things happen for me.
I don't look at much of anything as my personal impact. I have been fortunate to have been here at the point that this community decided, by way of their strategic objectives, that they wanted diversity, equity, and inclusion. I inherited strategic objectives that were already laid, and there had been forums in the community and on this campus of what they wanted, how they wanted it to look, how they wanted it to change the climate and sustain a sense of belongingness. And so to say what impact, I think that if there is any legacy that my team and I could claim, would be trying to put in motion what the people asked for.